comment, jump link, BDO, and pre-tag. Okay, so let's begin with the comment. So let's say I have this this paragraph tag. I can easily comment it using this greater than sign, exclamation. Then I can use the 2 lines and then end it with this, and this is gonna only comment the first one. But if I actually move this, so it's sort of an arrow, if I copy paste this here, it's gonna comment the whole content on the screen, including the paragraph tag and all the other tags. So this is how we do commenting in HTML. All right, next let's go to the jump link. The jump link, we need to sort of, if you have a page scrolling up and down and you want to use a link to jump to a particular paragraph, this is how you're going to do it. So let's quickly have let me clear all this in here. Then let me quickly have a p tag here, and then in the p tag we're gonna have one anchor tag in here. So because we want to add a simple text in there, so the anchor tag will be, let's say, jump to link. So jump link, good. And inside the jump link we'll be having an ID, but before we have the ID, let's say we have another p tag here which is gonna have a lot of content in here. So let me just copy any content and paste it in there just to see how it's gonna look like. So good, so I have a lot of content in this p tag. Let me move to the next one, so we'll see the p tag right beneath it. That's a lot of content. Okay, let me see what we got it here. So yeah, so for this one we're gonna add an ID to the p tag here. So let's say we have an ID, and this ID will help us be like a hook to what we're about to do in the first p tag. So this hook will give it a unique name, maybe called notes. And for this note here, let's say we have, this will be the first styling I'll be doing for this HTML class. So here we can add a simple style here which we call the style sheet, but here it's an embedded style sheet, so you can start with a style. And I want to give a margin of a margin bottom, so we can have margin top, margin bottom, left, right. But because I want to push all these context on the screen down, so we cannot actually see this, so this jump link can push it down for us to see this content. So let's say 1200 pixels. And for the jump, let's, in the anchor tag, let's have a reference link there, so just like the way we reference to a link. So we have the reference, and this reference, it's gonna reference to this ID. So since this is an ID, normally if you are referencing to it, we use the hashtag and then the name of the ID. So note. So I save this, and then I reload the page. Let me see. Okay, so HTML. Oh, we have nothing on the screen. There's a problem somewhere. Okay. This one. Title. Let me see, body. Okay, we have body here, we have HTML. Okay, let me reload and see. Okay, great. So we have our link. So this jump link, why I did this margin is because of the space I'm creating in here. If I take off this style, it's gonna be right after the jump, and we're not gonna actually see the effect really well. So that is why I added this one. But if you want to learn more about CSS, check out my video for mastering CSS3, and you can learn more about CSS from there. Okay, so I've saved this and then reload it. So what it's gonna do, since we have a space here, anytime I click this, then the page takes me to the beginning of this paragraph. So I go back and then click again, then it takes me to that. So you can use this in many ways in terms of project or your text manipulation. So now let's look at the PD or the BDO, and this is simply helping you arrange numbers in sequence. So it can be in reversal or the otherwise. So let's see how that works. So let's say we have a p tag here. Let me delete this. Let me delete this so it should be a little bit plain. We have a p tag here, and in this p tag we want to change the sequence of a number to a reverse of that number, which is very simple. So using the BDO, we can, let's say change the order of the numbers. So let's say we have 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we want to reverse this. So using the BDO tag, we'll be able to reverse this. So let's say we want to reverse this number, so we'll start with the BDO tag here, and it goes like this. Good. And inside here, this is what we want to reverse, but we need to make sure we show the direction of how we want to reverse it. So we need to use the value called dir, which is simply direction, the short version of it. And then we want this to go right to left. So right to left, RTL, right to left. Then inside here we'll have this value here, and it should reverse from right to left. So I paste it in here and then I save. Let's reload. Okay, great. So it has actually reversed this number 2, 3, 4, 5 to what? 5, 4, 3, 2. That's what we see here, 5, 4, 3, 2. So that is how. So we can change this direction anyhow we want to do it, using the shortcut. So left to right should also work perfectly. So left to right. Then let me save it and then check. So it goes back to its normal direction, which is 2, 3, 4. So based on the direction we give here, and that will change it perfectly. All right, next let's move to the pre-tag. So pre-tag here helps you to actually have the HTML page recognize spaces, line breaks, and then tabs. So that one needs to happen in the pre-tag. So simply you type the PRE tag, and then now inside it you activate spaces and then line breaks and tabs inside here. So you don't need to use any special tags in terms of giving space. So for example, let's say element, and this element should move to the next page. So let's say next page, and then let's give a wide space. So wide space. After the white space, we have a comma, then we can have a line break here. And line break. Then we can have a comma. Now that we can use a tab on our keyboard. So tab was pressed here. Then yeah. So let's save this and see that on the screen. So exactly what we have on our text editor is showing the same way with our next line, our spacing, our link break, and then our tab. Everything is showing because when we use the pre-tags, it actually takes into account the space we have in between our text. This is the end of this video, and hope to see you in another one. Thanks.